Alright, I am in the AWS console, and what am I going to do is that I'll be launching two EC2 instances. To do that, you go to this search tab and type EC2 and open EC2. It will take us to the EC2 landing page. As you can see, I'm using Asia Pacific Mumbai region. Now click on instances and here click on launch instance. Don't worry about it, just follow along. You do not have to know what EC2 is, you do not have to know what AWS is. If you know, obviously that is better. And if you want to know more, then you can go through my AWS Essentials course. It will give you an idea about these AWS essential services. So I will launch two EC2 instances. The first one is Flask app 1 EC2 and the second one would be Flask app 2 EC2. And here in the number of instances, I'll increase it to 2. Scroll down. In application and OS images, you'll have to select Amazon Linux 2, not Amazon Linux 2023. It has to be Amazon Linux 2. After selecting, again scroll down. Keep the instance type as t2.micro and then scroll down. Click on create new key pair. I'll name it as 3IAM Python Flask key pair. If you are using Linux machine, then choose the format to be .pem. If you are using Windows machines, then choose the format to be .ppk. Because if you use Windows machines, you'll have to use a tool called putty to log into the EC2 instance. And if you are using a Linux based machine or Unix based machine, then we'll be using SSH command. Mine is an Unix based machine, so that's why I'm choosing .pem. If yours is Windows, just choose .ppk. Click on create key pair and in the network settings, click on edit. Keep everything as is. In the security group or firewall, select an existing security group which is default. And this is the same security group that we had used in RDS also. Storage 8 GB, there's nothing else that has to be done. Now click on launch instance. What it will do is it will launch two virtual servers in the Mumbai region. So after the instances are launched, it will show you that it is up and running. Now I can see that these are the two instances, Flask app 1 EC2 and Flask app 1 EC2. I'll name the change to Flask app 2 EC2. All right. Okay, so the names have been changed. Now once the status check changes, then I'll try to log into the EC2 instance. But before that, I want to show you the IP address that we'll be using. The first IP address would be 13.235.70.212 and the second one would be 13.235.71.134. And we'll be using these IP addresses to get to the API that will be hosting on these EC2 instances. In the meantime, copy the key pair that was downloaded in the machine where you have all the codes, and this is the key pair, right? And for Windows machines, you do not have to do anything. For Linux machines, you have to type this command chmod 400. So what it is going to do, it is going to change the permission of the file that you have downloaded, and the file is 3IAM Python Flask key pair.pem. This is a .pem extension. And for Windows, it will be .ppk. If you are using Windows, you do not have to run this chmod command. Now, both the instances are, as you can see, are up and running. These are green. And what will I do? I'll log in or SSH into the first EC2 instance using the public IP address. And the public IP address is 13.235.70.212. If you are using Windows machine, you'll have to use putty. And if you are using Linux machines or Unix machine, you'll have to use this SSH command, SSH-I, followed by the key pair name. The user is EC2-user and then provide the IP address. And now I am inside of the virtual machine, which is there in Mumbai region. For Windows, you'll have to use putty, you'll have to provide the IP address, and the user would be EC2-user. So that would be same for both Windows and Unix based machines. All right. The first thing that we have to do, we'll have to check whether Python is installed or not. So Python version 2.7 is installed, and I'll create a file named flask app1.py, and I'll just copy and paste the code. This is the flask app1.py. I'll just copy the entire code and paste it here. Before that, I'll have to install Flask also. Okay, seems like Python 3.7 is also installed, but the command is not Python, it is Python 3. That's why I had to use pip3 install Flask. So Flask has been installed automatically. Now what will I do? This is my code, right? So the code is flask app1. Just run this command chmod 777 flask app1.py. Okay, now what will I do? I will run the Flask application using Flask run command, not gunicorn. So exported the Flask app or set the Flask app variable to flask app1.py, and now let's run Flask run dash port equal to 8001. All right, so it is running on 127.0.0.1 only. It is not running on the public IP address. Just to show you that, let's use the public IP address and port number 8001. I should not be able to get anything. Right, so for that we'll have to change the binding, and I'll come out of this. So as it was giving error while providing just the port number, we'll have to provide the host number also. It is similar to what we had done in our application code in app.run. If you remember, at the very beginning we had just provided the port number. We did not provide any host ID. So I'll have to mention the host ID as 0000. Now it is running on the public IP address and the private IP address also. So let's get the public IP address, which is 13.235.70.212, and send the request. By the way, I have copied the file also to the EC2 instance. The port number should be 8001, and I have sent the file also, meaning I have copied the file also. So as you can see, it is working now. And let's try with product ID 4753. So product detail 4753, and both of them are working on the EC2 instance. This is not on local machine. The Flask application is running on the EC2 instance. And if I go to the EC2 instance, this is the first GET request, which was 308 because the port number was wrong. The second GET request was list products. The return code was HTTP 200, and the third one was product detail / product ID. The HTTP code was 200. This also worked. And likewise, you can use or you can run the code using NoHoop also. What will I do is that I will show you how do you run it in using gunicorn on the EC2 instance. Again, this is the first EC2 instance. Let me install gunicorn here. Okay, it is done. And now I'll have to run using gunicorn. Let's mention the worker as 1 because the instance size is pretty small. The bind address would be 0000:9001 and flask app1 column app1. And it is running on only one process, that is 3422. If I send it again, should be port number 9001, and it is working as expected. Let's do the same with the second EC2 instance also. This is the second EC2 instance. I'll SSH into it and then install Flask, install gunicorn, and then copy flask app2.py code and copy the retail file. Okay, everything is done. I have created the flask app2.py. I have copied the file also. If you want to know how to copy a file from your local machine to EC2 instance, you can get a lot of information about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this app. And here I can run on the same port also because this is a different machine altogether. And I'm running it in the foreground. You can use NoHoop to run it in the background also. So it is running on the public IP address and port number 9001. This is the public IP address. Let's get product detail quantity, and I can see the quantity of all the products, product detail price, and I can see the details. So both the hostings are working, both the EC2 instances are up and running. The Flask applications on both the EC2 instances are also running as expected. We use the Flask run command to execute the Flask application without using any app server. Then we installed gunicorn and executed or run the Flask application using gunicorn command. The behavior is same as that of local machine. But what we have done essentially is that we have kind of implemented or deployed our application in a production server, which might be the EC2 instances. And going forward in the projects, I'll be using ECS or EKS to host the same Flask application. And this concludes hands-on number 7, wherein I had shown you how to deploy Flask application using an app server or using the Flask underscore app variable, how you can run multiple Flask applications in the same machine. It can be a local machine, it can be a remote EC2 instance also. I had also shown you how to use an app server like gunicorn to run Flask applications on EC2 instances.